showed up. It's my friend. I'm so happy that you're here. So, we're going to talk about mixed dementia today. This is something that I actually cannot believe I haven't already done a video on this. It's kind of blowing my mind. I've been looking through my videos and I'm like, seriously? I never did one on mixed dementia. But I do want to let you know before I forget that I have a free gift for you at the end. So make sure you stick around to the end, probably only be about 10 minutes or so. So hear me out, but I have a free gift for you at the end. Another thing, I want to thank all of you who have already purchased the book Forget Me Not. This has been a #1 bestseller since it became a bestseller 3 months after it was published. This is a really great resource for caregivers. We talk about this a lot on my TikTok channel. Behaviors, communication, hallucinations, bathing. There's all kinds of really great things in here. Dr. Sharon Brangman, Chief of Geriatrics at SUNY Upstate Hospital, wrote the foreword. So thank you, Dr. Brangman. But this is a phenomenal resource for you. So I highly recommend you pick up a copy of this. There is a link below for your convenience, but you can get it literally Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kindle, anywhere you like to order books from, you can get a copy of Forget Me Not. So, and it's right there over my shoulder. So today I want to talk a little bit about mixed dementia. And a question that comes up kind of frequently is, how did I gather all this knowledge? And it's kind of funny how this all came to be, because this was not something that I was seeking out or that I planned on doing with my life and my career. Back in the day, I owned a home care agency with my husband, and I had about 100 caregivers, and that's a lot of people. And most of our clients had dementia. So I learned a lot about dementia. I learned a lot about the theory of dementia because at the time, that's all that really kind of existed. There was no like teaching you real skills that worked every day to day, toe to toe, eyeball to eyeball in the client's home. So I was kind of winging it, right? Even though I was teaching the highest level for the Alzheimer's Association, I would still get calls every single day from caregivers. So-and-so won't get in the shower. So-and-so won't take their pills. I can't get Martha to change her clothes and she's got stains and gross and pee all over her. Or, my client is trying to bolt out the door, or they're kicking me out. I don't need your help. Get out. I don't need your help. Get out of here. Leave me alone. So these were the things that we were dealing with multiple times a day. And what would happen was, if we couldn't perform the tasks that we were hired to do, we didn't retain our clients for very long, right? Because the daughter would call and say, I'm hiring you to give my mom a shower. Well, she's refusing. We can't force her, right? Well, then why am I paying you? Goodbye. So I very quickly learned if I wanted to keep my home care business up and running and keep my caregivers employed and making a paycheck to feed their families, I had to figure this out. So I got to work. And so it wasn't really intentional to become the world's greatest dementia trainer, to become the world's #1 resource for communication and behaviors. It just happened. I was trying to save my home care business. So I worked at try this, try that. Don't say this, don't say that. Oh my God, you just screwed it up. Now you pissed them all off. Now we got to bring them down even more. Like, oh. But what happened was, through my trial and errors and through my 20 years of my own case studies, that's where the knowledge came from. And it still was not like this big revolution, like, oh, I'm amazing and I'm going to change the world. It wasn't like that at all. What actually happened was, I was really keeping this, I was hoarding it all to myself. And a friend of mine encouraged me to write the book. And I started kind of playing around with the book, and I just really didn't think I had it in me to write a book. I thought, This is not on my list of accomplishments. It's not something I even really want to do. I didn't think I was capable of doing it. So I was kind of playing around with the idea, and COVID hit and I was kind of bored. So I was at our little cottage and I would write here and there. And then I had an accountability partner for this business group that I was in. And his wife's, I think it was his wife's mother, had dementia, and they were going to go for a visit all the way across the country. And he said to me, "Would you send me a couple of the chapters that you've already written so I could look at them and maybe get some tips?" I'm like, "Sure." So I sent him a couple of copies, and or I sent him some chapters. And the next time we jumped on a call, he kind of went off on me. He's like, "You know what? You're kind of a jerk." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, I think you're being really selfish." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And what he said to me changed the trajectory of my life, because I kept kind of thinking, I'm not up to this challenge. I don't want to be this person. Like, it's too much responsibility. It's too much work. Like, I like to play and have fun. And I was thinking more about me. And Vincent said to me, "You're being selfish." And I still wasn't getting it. And he said to me, "The world needs this information. You have something no one else has, and you can't keep it all to yourself. You have to share it. This is way bigger than you. Like, this isn't a choice. It's a calling. It's a mission. It's way bigger than that." And when I looked at it from that point of view, I knew that he was absolutely right. It didn't matter what I wanted. I had to change the face of dementia care, because now, and this was like 3 years ago that happened. I cranked out the book in the next like few months, and got it on the shelves, and it went absolutely crazy. And then people started approaching me about a course for family members, medical professionals, communities. And again, I was like, very resistant, very, very resistant. I was like, I am not creating a course. I'm not doing this. And pretty much the same thing happened. The demand was that the world needs this. And it wasn't until actually just recently, probably in the last couple of months, I started thinking, when was the last time there was any real leaps and bounds in dementia care? And it's been decades. So this is why I do what I do. I do it for you. I don't do it for me. You have no idea how hard I work for you. You have no idea the kind of hours I work, 7 days a week. But I love it. I love every minute of it. And what I didn't realize at the time was how much I was going to get out of this, because the success and the stories and the letters that I receive every single day, the gratitude and the thanks for changing their lives and changing their person with dementia's lives, and that's more than anything I could ever hope for in a lifetime. And it's not me. I am not the hero in this story. You are. I can teach and teach and teach, but if nobody implements it, if nobody listens, if nobody tries it, it doesn't work. But you are using it, and you are trying it, and it is working, and it is changing lives. And that has made all the difference in the world. And it's what keeps me going, is your success. And I very much hope and pray that you will be my next success story. I hope you will. But at the end, I'll tell you quickly. Wow, we're already, oh my goodness, I kind of went on crazy there. Sorry. Let's talk about mixed dementia. And then in a few minutes, I'll tell you briefly how you can apply to take the course if it's something that you're interested in, because not everybody does get in. You do have to apply. But today, I just wanted to talk briefly about mixed dementia. And it's really interesting. So I have this free gift for you, Understanding Different Types of Dementia. This is available on my website at answersaboutalz.org. That link is down below. And you can print this off. I highly recommend that you have a copy of this handy. It's free. It's under the free resources tab on the website. So mixed dementia is when a person is diagnosed with more than one type of dementia. It could be one, it could be two, it could be three. I guess it probably could be four. I really not have heard of that, but I'm sure it's possible. So mixed dementia is when you have a combination of diseases going on at the same time. And it's a lot more common than you may think. My personal experience is that some doctors don't even give you a diagnosis of a particular type of dementia. They just call it dementia in general, which is a cop-out. They should not be doing that. They should be determining which type of dementia you do have, because they all have different symptoms. Different diseases have different symptoms. And they're very, very different symptoms. So I have found that if you do have a diagnosis of one particular type of dementia, oftentimes most doctors aren't really actively searching for a second or a third diagnosis, because they kind of feel like, been there, done that, right? We've already determined that you have Alzheimer's disease. Why would we be looking for Lewy body or Parkinson's or vascular? So sometimes the diagnosis process ends at the first diagnosis, and it shouldn't be ending there, because the studies from the Alzheimer's Association have shown that approximately 54% of people, when they pass away, who have been diagnosed with one type of dementia at autopsy, 54% on average show more than one type of dementia in the brain. That's pretty significant. That's more than half. So we should be actively searching for a second or even a third type of dementia disease in the brain. So the most common combination, if you will, of mixed dementia is Alzheimer's with vascular disease. That is the first most common combination. The second most common combination is Alzheimer's with Lewy body dementia. And the next one is with Parkinson's disease. Now, looking back, I am like 99.9% sure that my mother also had Parkinson's disease with her Alzheimer's disease. And I remember bringing this up to her many times, and she asked the doctor, and they were like, nope, they didn't even take it any further. So Alzheimer's disease, the most earliest symptoms are like memory loss, early memory loss, problems with conversations, things like that, right? So, but vascular dementia, at the beginning, at the earliest warning signs, these people usually don't have memory problems, not to the extent of like somebody with Alzheimer's disease. So vascular dementia is more, they can have depression, they have problems with planning and organizing, decision making, difficulty thinking quickly, and more complicated thinking tasks is more vascular. Now, vascular also, too, it depends on where in the brain the event happens that cuts off the oxygenated blood supply and kills the brain cells. So vascular dementia's symptoms can vary, but they're very different from Alzheimer's disease. And so is Lewy body. So Lewy body dementia, the earliest warning signs can be sleep disorders, hallucinations. So and Parkinson's can be loss of sense of smell. That can actually happen years before the disease. You're familiar probably with like the tremors. They could just be in one hand. They could start in one digit. Problems, difficulty with walking and their gait and their balance. They can get rigid, they have problems with thinking. So different dementias have different symptoms. And so knowing what to look for, which is what you'll find on the sheet. This sheet has the symptoms here for you, right? For the different types of dementia, because they're very different. We classify them as dementias, which kind of puts them in this pot, right? It says to most people, memory issues, but dementia is way, way, way more than memory issues, as you'll see when you look at this sheet. So we're kind of putting everything in one pot, and they're very, very different diseases. So Alzheimer's disease, vascular, Lewy body, frontotemporal, Parkinson's, they are different, very different diseases. Dementia is just a piece of that disease. So there are no fixed symptoms for mixed dementia. There's fixed symptoms for different types of dementia, but then you put them together. And this one has certain symptoms. This one has certain symptoms. So I hope that kind of clears up for you a little bit more about mixed dementia and how important it is to know if your person has mixed dementia, because you need to be prepared. You need to be prepared for different symptoms that may be coming your way, especially when you're talking about things like Lewy body dementia, because Lewy body dementia is filled with hallucinations. I mean, terrible, terrible hallucinations. I talked to a woman once who told me that her mother would see body parts in her bed, and she was absolutely terrified. So wouldn't you want to know how to deal with that for your mom so that your mom isn't terrified anymore? Because that is a horrible way to live your life, and we don't have to do that anymore. So I can teach you very easily. That's the key, easily and very quickly in 4 days, how to manage anything that comes your way. The anger, the aggression, the arguing, hallucinations, delusions, and accusations. I want to go home. I'm not taking a shower. I'm not taking my pills. I'm not sick. I'm not going to the doctor. I can tell you what your future is going to hold, and I can teach you how to manage it so that you can get your life back and you can get your relationship back with your loved one. Or if you're a professional in the field, even better. I can teach you how to go to work, not take all this crap home with you every day, how to have a good day, how to have cooperative patients in your memory care unit, your nursing home, your assisted living. Oh my God, make your life so much easier, make everybody's life easier and happier in the community. I've seen it hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times over and over and over. But the best part is, I'm going to back this shit up with a 100% money back guarantee. I don't care if you're a community and you're paying tens of thousands of dollars. If you're not happy, I'll give you your money back. Every penny of it. Because I know it works. I know it works. And it'll work for you too. Because I've made it so simple. And I won't stop until you're happy. I'll make sure that you know what you're doing and your confidence will soar. So if you are even remotely interested in learning more about how I can take you from zero to hero in 4 days, book a call on the website. We do have a process, and you do have to go through the process. So you go to the website, which is down below. It's answersabout.alz.org, or you can just Google the Certified Master Dementia Strategist course. And when you get to the website, you'll go to the top right corner. There's a big white button that says book a call. And you just fill out the form. It's a very short form. It'll probably take you less than a minute. And you pick a day and a time that works for you. And you'll talk to one of our dementia coaches. Because we're going to invest time in you before we even allow you to sign up for the class. We are not here to just sign you up and take your money and put you in the next round. That's not how this works. We're going to invest some time in you. We're going to have a conversation. We're going to find out, who are you caring for? What are the problems that you're struggling with? How long has this been going on for? If you're a care community, we're going to find out, what are some of the biggest struggles that you're having? What is your staff dealing with, right? We're going to get to the bottom of it, because we want to make sure, 100% sure, that we can help you before we allow you to enroll in any of our classes. So it's a really big difference out there. And I'm also going to give you over 250 exact scripts of what to say and not to say to a person with dementia to get results. It's really easy. It's really easy. And I can't wait to show you how. I can't wait to see your journey and hear about all of your successes, because all of my students have success stories and you can see their testimonies. You don't need to believe me. Just search for the video testimonies. I have hundreds of them for you to watch, and you can hear from students themselves about their successes. I'm Debra Costu, certified master dementia strategist, your new best friend, and I am going to take you through this journey by the hand. I will not let you fail. I'm going to make it so much easier and happier for you. You're going to love it. I'll talk to you soon.